Module 5, Regal Responsibilities, Majestic Mindsets, and Embracing Empathy. Here we were looking for creation of our map towards a wondrous, wholesome journey of self-fulfillment, with discipline as an act of elegance. Not insisting on a journey being what it must be, but embracing whatever it is and stepping forward bit by bit to create it magnificently. Branch 1 of Module 5 is called the Magic of Motherhood. I urge you, if you are a father or a child, to look at it from a distance, if you're not a mother, to be able to see it as it being your mother, or seeing it as being your spouse and the responsibilities that we carry as mothers. We can create a beautiful journey for our children if we decide to enact the journey exactly as we would wish it to be for us. So we're looking at life from behind their eyes, knowing that we desire to have certain values, graciousness in our world, and therefore we gift it to our children. You will see your results if you see the sparkle in your child's eye change as a result of this. Or if you imagine what your parents went through, if you are the child, and see the sparkle you can bring to your world as a result of your understanding. Our childhood and the beginning of our amorous relationships will define the journey we have as parents. It'll change the context and the shape of what you create as a legacy for your child. It's a worthy journey to look forward rather than backward and create a script of how you would want your child's life to play out. What are the things you would want your child to say about you when they are grown up? Your generosity, your loving, kind nature, your joy, your humor. How are you measuring those aspects from your child's eye? Can you see or remember the things your mother did for you when you were a child? The things that actually touched your heart and tickled you, in order to reenact them peacefully, joyfully, lovingly. How far away are you from that role? Are you able to perceive the moments that you found difficult and question whether you're actually imposing those things upon your children, or whether you are that joyful character that you wish to be? Just as your arrival was an impact and a journey for your mother, so is the same for your children, knowing that it's a child that gives birth to a mother. There is no title of mother without the child. Who gifted you with your child? Are you appreciative of the way your children came into being? Or are you appreciative of the way your parents brought you into being? Or do you still hold resentments? It's time for us to let those go now. The wisdom required to create the perfect baseline takes awareness, takes understanding, it takes tolerance, and it takes a discipline, a persistence and perseverance, resilience. We fake it until we become it. They say fake it until you make it. Fake it until you become it. Create the role that you wish to have and live it day by day. 21 days or 40 days later, you will be enacting it perfectly. The challenge of change and all the different roles that we have to play in life opens the space to create the superhero out of you. And any gentleman watching, please celebrate your wives, celebrate your mothers, celebrate the role a woman has to play, because in the olden days, women only had the role of being mother, being wife. Today, women work, they achieve big careers, and they multitask, dramatically multitask. And to ensure that all pieces are able to be juggled perfectly, you need resilience, you need strength, you need bravado. And if nobody is celebrating you with all the roles you have to play, you have to celebrate yourself. You can't wait for someone else to celebrate you. You have to know that you are amazing at what you're doing. Even if you have to look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself, every day in every way I'm getting better and better. Only we can do that for ourselves. No one does it for us, and don't wait for it from anyone else. Usually, a lot of times, the men get unhappy when the children are born because they lose the attention of their wives. Now, rather than say, I'm losing the attention, why not say, wow, she's doing an amazing job and I celebrate her, I admire her, I look up to her. A lot of times, people with jealousy will not be happy to celebrate you. They will try and demean you, put you down, act as if you don't exist. How do you respond to that? You don't. You let it be. With empathy, knowing that they have their own challenges, they have their own issues. They can't celebrate you because they feel small, and that's okay. They will grow with time. You forgive. You allow it to be what it is. You discern. Don't take anything upon you. Everyone is struggling in their own journeys. No one is doing something because of you. They're doing it for themselves. Life is actually very selfish that way. And so long as you accept it and realize it, there's no harm in it, because it's just the way it is. And we can't change that. So acceptance, harmony, forgiveness, calling a spade as we did in Module 4, is a notion of letting go, not trying to resist anything. Half our woes are because we want to resist something that someone else is making us feel like. Why don't we just accept it? People are all different, people have characters, and it's okay. They will be who they are, and we can be who we are. So long as we step up, lift up, and decide to embrace whatever comes along our path. Why resist it? What good will it do? When children are born in couples, the disinterest of the mother towards the father, rather than devotion, is something to be careful of, because that's usually the time when a lot of couples have issues. And the important thing to realize is that, for everyone, is that women have other responsibilities, they go through physical changes in their body. But men also have to be empathetic towards that rather than running off and doing silly things. We have to realize that there's a balance to be struck between the roles that we all play. And that's okay. It just requires a little bit of attentiveness. If I don't know how to ask for what I need, how can I be sure to get it? I have to be able to communicate my desires in a way that are received beautifully, not as a nagging or as a demand. I have to be able to create empathy in the other person, to ask for what I need and say how I'm feeling. A lot of times we think vulnerability is terrible in these cases, but it's not. It just bridges the relationship closer and stronger. And remember that our children absorb us fully and wholesomely. And even if they don't say things explicitly, you know that one day, whatever you create will come back to you. So breathe things carefully and gently and lovingly. And you can do it.